All right, welcome back. It's time for us to talk about digestion and nutrition. Yeah. How do we achieve better digestive health by kind of nutrition?
Yeah, what you eat.
What you eat.
And how it affects your guts.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Akosia Kunedu Yado, she's a state registered nutritionist, and she's joined us this morning to help us to understand how to go about this. Hi.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm also
fantastic. I'm great, thank you.
Great.
Yeah. So let's get into this conversation already. What is it that we need to understand about digestive health, and how nutrition can impact it?
Okay, so digestion makes it possible for nutrients to be released out of what you are eating, and then energy. So digestion is responsible for we having the nutrients we need.
Okay.
So if it's iron that I need for my hemoglobin levels, digestion will need to happen for me to get the iron from the protein or the meat I ate.
Okay.
To make sure I have that nutrients, to prevent nutrient deficiency, and also get the energy I need. Because if I eat yam and I get glucose, I saw you eating apple. Yeah. So maybe you have some glucose or sugar. Fructose, yes. You're a good science student. So we have fructose happening. So it is probably, or it is responsible for what your ability to be able to sit here with the energy to even talk. So digestion is very, very important. Our bodies don't need the yam, the fufu we eat. They need what sits in the fufu we eat.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the common digestive issues people have. So as a nutritionist, I'm sure you see people who come in talking about things not going well in there. What are some of the common ones?
So we have bloating and gassing.
Okay.
So those two can really happen. Yeah. And it is because sometimes people are in a rush to eat.
Okay.
And as a nutritionist, I will tell you it takes up to 20 minutes for satiety signals to reach your brain. So if you're somebody who can finish your 4 balls of kenke in less than 20 minutes, it's the reason why you are even eating more. Because that 20 minutes, it's not up. And our bodies are so disciplined that it will need to fix that.
Explain satiety. Explain the satiety signals.
So satiety signals is, okay, so I am eating. I need to be prompted that, okay, Akosia, enough. I am okay. And it takes 20 minutes. That is the work of the brain. Our brain is responsible for everything that we do. So the brain needs to be prompted, or the brain needs to be prompted, so it prompts the body that enough. We are done. We are good to go. We have what we need. And it takes up to 20 minutes for you to achieve that signals. So if I am rushing through my meals, in 10 minutes I can kill 2 balls of kenke. It's the reason why you are killing 2 and 3. Because even for me, the first size, it would take me more than 20 minutes to finish.
So you've been able to eat a lot, and yet the brain hasn't yet triggered the signal to stop.
It's so disciplined. So our bodies are so disciplined that it would need to hit that 20 minutes. As research says, for you to be able to feel full. And bloating happens, I rush through my meals, mastication or chewing is not even properly done. And so it makes the work of the smaller intestines difficult. Now, if I am unable as a smaller intestines to work, I would need to release it onto kokui, who is the larger intestines. And the crossover, fermentation takes place. And once fermentation has taken place, because the smaller intestines couldn't handle and needed to release onto the larger intestines, it causes that gassing, that sound you hear in your gut. So one way to fight that is to make sure you eat slowly. You chew and make sure you've chewed properly. Your mastication is properly done. So that is it. For gassing, you need to treat your heartburns. Now, gassing and heartburns work hand in hand. And people with heartburns, if you're somebody who likes to put on a lot of tight clothing, you can be experiencing episodes of heartburns. You need to make sure you are as free as you can. Sometimes you can see that they can't even breathe.
So people who wear like the really tight waist trainers and courses and stuff.
Eating and whatever, after eating or putting something in you, if you are still stuck in those things, it can trigger heartburns. And if you don't have a normal BMI or weight, it can also lead to you always experiencing heartburns after eating. So you make sure you achieve a healthy weight. That is a healthy BMI between 18.5 kilogram kg per meter square to 25. So anything that makes you brings you at a place where it is called healthy or accepted by the World Health Organization. So that's the world standard for assessing that. And then you make sure constipation, if you are experiencing constipation, it's surprising when I hear people go like, I can go 5 days, 3 days, and they are so proud of themselves.
Without pooping.
No wonder your tummy is big. Because you've kept something in there, and whatever has to happen has happened. So what needs to come out has to come out. So if you have constipation, eat whole fiber foods or whole foods. Now, what is whole food does is that for them, digestion is slow. It's slower, so it's like, okay, like it works on it gradually, because you need to break the complex before you are able to release or get to whatever you are trying to extract from the body. And that one makes it easy as compared to the simple ones, which just like me taking a glass of carbonated drink, the sugar just enters my bloodstream. So no digestion, or you don't need a lot of efforts to make it happen, but our bodies are supposed to process it for us to be able to release every nutrient. And then we have diarrhea. For diarrhea, you cut down on dairy products. There is a reason why you need to cut down on dairy products. It's because every dairy product contains lactose. And for lactose, for digestion to happen, you need the enzyme lactase. And diarrhea has a way of compromising on the lactase levels. So if I am compromising on how much I would need to be able to break the sugar called lactose in the milk I am taking, then it means that I will make the work of digestion very difficult. That's why you have a lot of people. So if you are lactose intolerant, if you are somebody who is not lactose intolerant, for myself, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I take full cream milk and my tummy can't stand it because of the fat sitting in there. So I do a lot of light milk. This milk, I do it. Yes, I do it. Because of the vegetable oil, it doesn't have it has less of fat, and this is vegetable fat, not the animal fat. And then nausea. So for nausea, you avoid activities right after eating. We are saying that don't eat and sleep, don't eat and sit, and you are here telling us you shouldn't do activities. What do you want us to do? So you don't need, after fufu with palm nut soup or fufu with chicken soup, you now want to jog. Why?
Marathon training.
That is unwise to do. It's a lot of exercise, and so you should know what to do and what not to do. You can just take a walk to help you as far as you trying to
but nothing vigorous.
Yes, but you don't do something, because if you are not careful, it's not just nauseousness that can happen, you can even throw up. So you need to watch it. So vomiting, you eat and drink slowly. That is why when you are sick, we even take it easy on you. We bring you broth. On a regular, you wouldn't like broth, but we bring you broth, we bring you a lot of fluid content, because your body is going through something, and so there is a conscious need for us to be taking it easy with food.
So let's talk about food that is good for our system.
So I'll start off by saying unsaturated fats. Now, example, olive oil. And it's amazing. Last week I had a woman calling me. I was like, I took coconut oil and I have issues. Here we are, sometimes we are preaching coconut oil. I tell people to always listen to their bodies. What may be good for me might not work for you. So coconut oil is something that we all are clapping for, and also because it's made in Africa, so I will always want to vouch for it. But if it is not something your body is comfortable with, I told her to switch to olive oil, because she had options. She uses sunflower, she uses olive, but then because she heard somebody preach about coconut oil, she decided to also go for it. Coco is taking it, so I have to also try. And it's something we always do. So she had issues. So you eat unsaturated fat. Now it helps with assimilation of vitamins. That's the fat-soluble vitamins. When you take those things, remember, fat is part of the macronutrients, and so it means that it's very important. We make fat look like it's so evil, the enemy. But you need omega-3 for your brain health. You need omega-3 for immunity, total well-being, and vitality. And so fat is something that is good, but I will always stress on essential or healthy fats, so that you know exactly what to go in for. The fats in salmon is excellent as far as omega-3 is concerned. And then you have to also make sure you are taking vegetables with their skins on.
So the cucumber, leave the skin on.
Leave the skin on, loaded with fiber. Loaded with fiber. Fiber makes digestion easier. So if you're somebody who has a lot of constipation, stop polishing your vegetables. And make sure you are taking your vegetables, make sure they are properly clean. Now, that's the reason why a lot of people are scared. And sometimes you are not sure where this vegetable is also coming from, so you want to peel everything off. I was in the bars with a foreigner, and I saw him peeling apples. I was like, why are you taking, this is Granny Smith, you don't take the green off. It's the best apple you can have. But I'm thinking he was scared, he couldn't trust what where he got it from, and so he wanted to take out what makes it the Granny Smith, what makes it an excellent fruit. So that is it, because of fiber. Now fruits like the citric family fruits, loaded as far as vitamin C is concerned, potassium, very good for also helping you as far as digestion is concerned. And even with the unsaturated foods, the fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin K, that is potassium, vitamin A, needed or critical for immunity in this era of, I've taken vaccine but I'm still getting it. And vitamin A, also very key for immunity. Vitamin D, very much needed also, because you are here. I wonder if you have time to go and walk in the sun. So what you are eating should be properly planned so that you can meet every need of yours. Vitamin E, also great. So these are some of the foods that whole fruits or whole grains, I've spoken about it. Yogurt, especially the Greek yogurt, it contains live bacteria and yeast that makes digestion happen. It makes it easier for you if you're experiencing bloating, indigestion, because you love to run through your meals. You can have a scoop or two of Greek yogurt after your meals, just to help you. And if you are somebody who bloats, especially the pregnant women, on some foods like beans, a lot of people bloat on beans. I tell them, soak it overnight. You can try it, it works. You soak it overnight, pour the liquid away, and then cook it with fresh water to reduce the bloating. And then we have leafy greens. Now, leafy green contains sulforaphane, that is the sugar sitting in leafy green vegetables. So everything we are eating, there is glucose sitting in there. That is the sugar sitting in leafy green vegetables. That's the sulforaphane. That is very, 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 very good as far as promoting healthy digestion because of the bacteria it introduces to your stomach.
Okay, now quickly touch on things that we should definitely avoid.
Okay, so avoid alcohol. Sorry, I'm sorry. You have to cut down on it or avoid it. Foods high in saturated fats, coffee, caffeine. I see coffee here. You don't have to do it all the time. Artificial sweetness. No, cut down on it. There are certain things you can do. A cup of coffee a day can set you right for the day. But we like abusing it. 4 cups, you don't need it. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, spicy foods. A lot of us love spices. Yes, for pepper, vitamin C makes it sometimes a little bit easier for people to embrace, but just do moderation is key. And then greasy foods like pizza. Once in a while you do pizza, you don't have to do pizza all the time. So these all tempers. And if you want to make sure you have a good gut health, you can do brat diet.
What's the brat diet?
Brat diet, banana, rice, applesauce, and then toast. So you can toast bread, 2 pieces of bread. Now, if you're having something like indigestion, if you're having indigestion, now this was what pediatricians were using for children who have diarrhea. Gone in the day, there are some who are still adapting to it. Banana, rice, and then we have applesauce. So you can make it into a pudding.
Okay.
This is it.
Okay.
Wow.
Very good. With your straw bean cinnamon.
Nice.
Nutritionist Akosua, so how do we reach you?
So you can follow me on Instagram or get in touch on Instagram at the Nutritionist Akosua. Follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Nutritionist Akosua. And then you can WhatsApp me on 0243-350206 on nutrition. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Effective living is around the corner. We'll be right back.